Let me tell you something you need to hear today. You are closer than you think. I know it doesn't feel like it right now. You're tired, you're frustrated, you're questioning whether any of this is even worth it. But that feeling, that doubt, it's not a sign to quit, it's a sign that you're right on the edge of a breakthrough. Most people give up when it gets hardest, and that's exactly when they were about to make it. You can't see it yet, but you're just a few steps away from everything you've been working for. So listen carefully. This is the part where you dig deeper. This is the part that separates the dreamers from the doers. And if you can push through this moment, your future will thank you. Don't you dare quit now. You're closer than you think. Success is closer than you realize. The breakthrough happens when you're ready to quit. It's a universal truth, one that countless successful people across every field have lived through, and yet most people don't understand it. They see the struggles, failures, the setbacks, and they think those are signs they should give up. They think the journey is too hard, the challenge is too overwhelming, and the end goal too distant. But here's the thing, that exact moment when you're about to quit is often the moment right before your breakthrough. We've all been there. You've poured your heart and soul into something, and no matter how much effort you put in, the results seem to be nowhere in sight. You're exhausted, and the emotional toll feels heavier every day. There are moments when the thought of walking away crosses your mind, when it seemed like you're just not cut out for this. But what if you're actually closer than you think? What if the breakthrough you've been waiting for is just around the corner, and the only thing standing between you and that success is your ability to push through the resistance? This is not some empty motivational phrase, it's the reality of the human experience. The closer you get to something big, the more resistance you'll face. It's as if the universe tests you to see just how badly you want it. The weight of the struggles gets heavier because you're almost there, and it's in those moments when you feel most like quitting that you need to hold on the tightest. The people who achieve great things are the ones who keep going when the finish line is barely visible. The ones who stay in the game, even when their confidence is shaken and their energy is spent, are the ones who see the rewards of their persistence. There's a powerful concept called the Valley of Despair that many entrepreneurs and creatives face. It's that phase in a project when everything seems to be falling apart. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. The excitement you once had fades, and work feels overwhelming. The problem is that most people stop during this valley. They let the doubt and fear consume them, and they quit right before their breakthrough. But the truth is, success often happens in those moments of doubt, frustration, and struggle. It's when you're feeling at your lowest, when you're ready to quit, that you're on the edge of something greater than you've ever imagined. Imagine standing at the base of a mountain. You've been climbing for hours, maybe even days. Your muscles ache, your breath is shallow, and every step feels heavier than the last. But then, just as you're about to collapse, you take one more step and find yourself at the summit. The view is breathtaking, the feeling of accomplishment is overwhelming. But if you had given up just before that last step, you would have never experienced it. Your success was right there, waiting for you to keep going, and the only thing that could stop you from reaching it was your decision to quit. This principle doesn't only apply to big goals, it applies to everything in life. Whether you're working towards a career milestone, a personal goal, or even something as simple as building better habits, you will face moments of doubt. Those moments are not the signs of failure. They are the signs that you are closer than you think. They are the universe's way of testing your commitment. How badly do you want it? Are you willing to push through the resistance and keep going when everything inside you tells you to quit? Take a moment to reflect on a time when you almost gave up but decided to keep going instead. Think about the feeling you had when you kept pushing through despite the challenges. The sense of pride and accomplishment when you finally succeeded. It didn't just come from achieving your goal. It came from the realization that you were able to fight through the struggles, that you didn't let the setbacks define you. You proved to yourself that you had the strength, the resilience, and the determination to keep going, no matter how tough things got, and that feeling is irreplaceable. Every successful person you admire has faced moments of doubt, frustration, and exhaustion. They've been in that same position where they felt like the road ahead was too hard. They've questioned their decisions, their abilities, and their worth. But what sets them apart is that they didn't stop. They pushed forward even when it seemed impossible. They knew deep down that they were closer to success than they realized. They knew that the breakthrough would come as long as they kept moving. Think about a professional athlete. Before they win a gold medal or break a world record, they've put in years of hard work, sacrifice, and training. There are days when they don't feel like showing up to practice. There are days when they question whether it's worth it. But they push through because they know that the breakthrough is coming. The same principle applies to anyone striving for success. It's not about how you feel in the moment. It's about your ability to keep going, to stay the course when everything inside you is screaming to stop. The truth is, the hardest part of any journey is often the final stretch. That's when everything you worked for comes down to the final push. And it's in those final moments, when you're at your most vulnerable, that you need to remember the most. You are closer than you think. You are closer to achieving your dreams, closer to the success you've been working for, closer to the breakthrough that will change everything. The next time you feel like giving up, take a deep breath and remind yourself, ***, you're closer than you think. ***, the doubts you're feeling are not signs of failure, they are signs that you're about to experience your breakthrough. Keep going. Your success is just around the corner. Every moment of doubt is a sign you're on the verge of something great. When you're pushing yourself to new heights, whether it's in your personal life, your career, or your dreams, you will face moments where everything feels uncertain. You'll question your abilities, wonder if you're on the right path, and sometimes feel like giving up entirely. But here's the truth. Those moments of doubt are not signs of failure. They're the signs that you are on the verge of something truly transformative. The bigger the challenge, the more doubt you will face. The greater the reward, the more resistance you will encounter. Think about it. When was the last time you felt doubt? Was it during a major turning point in your life or career? Was it when you were about to make a big decision or take a leap of faith? For most people, those are the moments when the self-doubt creeps in. Strongest, it's as if your mind is trying to convince you to stop, to turn around, to avoid the discomfort and the unknown. But what if I told you that these moments of doubt are actually a sign that you're closer to your goal than you think? What if I told you that the reason you're doubting is because you're pushing up against the limits of your comfort zone, and on the other side of that is where your success lies? We live in a society that often celebrates success without truly understanding the struggle it took to get there. We see the end result, the perfect job, the dream house, happy relationships, but we rarely see the doubts, the failures, the tears, and the fears that went into creating those outcomes. We only see the polished version, the highlight reel. But the reality is that success doesn't come without doubt. It's in the midst of doubt that true growth occurs. It's in those moments when we feel uncertain about our abilities, when we question if we're capable of achieving our dreams, that we find the opportunity to rise above our fears and prove to ourselves that we can do it. Doubt isn't a signal that we're on the wrong path. It's the signal that we are on the right one. Every time you push yourself to do something new or uncomfortable, you're bound to face resistance. That resistance comes in many forms: fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But it's in those very moments when we feel afraid, when we feel like giving up, that we have the potential to transform our lives. Because if you push through that doubt, if you keep moving forward despite the fear, that's when you start to tap into your true potential. That's when you start to build the strength, the resilience, and the character that will carry you to the success you desire. Think about the most successful people in the world. Look at anyone who has achieved extraordinary things, and you'll find that they've all experienced doubt at some point in their journey. Take an entrepreneur who has built a multi-million-dollar company. You might see their success, their luxury, and their influence, but what you don't see is the countless sleepless nights, the fears of failure, and the moments when they almost gave up. Every step they took towards success was accompanied by doubt. Every decision they made, every risk they took was filled with uncertainty. But what separated them from the people who never made it was their willingness to keep going, even when the doubt was loud and persistent. It's important to understand that doubt is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. When you're doubting yourself, you're not necessarily failing. In fact, doubt is a natural part of the process. It's a part of growth. If you weren't doubting yourself, you wouldn't be challenging yourself. You wouldn't be pushing yourself to become better, stronger, or more capable. The greatest accomplishments in life don't come from staying in your comfort zone. They come from stepping outside of it, from doing things that scare you, from facing the unknown head on. In those moments when you feel doubt creeping in, remind yourself that it's a sign of progress. It's a sign that you are moving towards something greater. Doubt is a signal that you're doing something that matters, something that has the potential to change your life. When you feel doubt, you're likely on the edge of a breakthrough. You're pushing yourself to the next level, and the only thing standing in your way is your ability to trust yourself and keep moving forward. But here's the thing, doubt doesn't disappear just because you want it to. The more you push yourself, the more you stretch your limits, the more doubt will show up. It's an inevitable part of growth. The key is not to eliminate doubt, but to learn how to navigate it. Instead of letting doubt stop you in your tracks, use it as fuel to keep going. Every time doubt creeps in, take it as a reminder that you're getting closer to something amazing. The more you confront your doubts head on, the stronger you will become. You'll develop a deeper belief in yourself and your abilities, and you'll start to see doubt as a sign that you're doing something right. Doubt can also be a powerful teacher. When you experience doubt, it forces you to examine your goals, your motivations, and your level of commitment. It challenges you to look inward and assess whether you truly want what you're working toward. Sometimes doubt can help you clarify your purpose, your vision, and your why. It can serve as a reminder to check in with yourself and ensure that you're on the right path, that your goals are aligned with your values, and that you're putting in the work necessary to achieve them. Doubt, when channeled correctly, can lead to greater clarity and focus. It can force you to ask the tough questions, to reevaluate your strategies, and to refine your approach. Instead of letting doubt paralyze you, use it as an opportunity to sharpen your skills, to strengthen your resolve, and to push yourself harder. Remember, doubt isn't a sign that you're weak or incapable. It's a sign that you're growing, evolving, and striving for something better. As you move forward, keep in mind that doubt is not the enemy. It's a natural part of the journey, a sign that you're pushing your boundary and challenging yourself to become the best version of yourself. The next time doubt arises, don't back away from it. Embrace it. Use it to fuel your drive, to push you toward your dreams, and to remind you that you are on the verge of something great. Doubt is not the end, it's just the beginning of something extraordinary.